The Miami Hurricanes defeat the Florida State Seminoles by a score of 52-10 to take their record to 3-0 on the season. This was an absolutely dominant performance for the Miami Hurricanes. The 42-point margin of victory marks the biggest win in the series since 1997 when Florida State defeated Miami 47-0. The 52 points scored by the Miami Hurricanes tonight are the most ever scored by an individual team in a single game in the rivalry's history. The offense was absolutely terrific again. We mentioned they scored 52 points, but they also had 517 total yards of offense, had 33 first downs, were 11 of 16 on third down efficiency, and 3 for 4 on fourth down efficiency. 317 passing yards, 200 rushing yards, 2 turnovers for the Miami Hurricanes, and they had 31 minutes of possession. I'm seeing movement out there. I'm seeing good plays run. I'm seeing guys open. I'm seeing De'Aaron King throw in great passes. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this offense a lot. We talked about it in the offseason, the changes that Manny Diaz made, bringing in Rhett Lashley, going to the spread offense. I am liking what I'm seeing, and I'm liking the tempo we're playing with. Miami's playing fast, especially in the first half. They were getting up to the line quick, making plays. Florida State looked gassed early in the game. They didn't know what to do, couldn't really stop it. Talked about King having a good day. He was 29 of 40, had 267 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. He also rushed for 65 yards. A lot of receivers got involved tonight. Mark Pope had 5 receptions for 60 yards. D. Wiggins had 3 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown. Brevin Jordan had 5 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown. And Redding III had 2 receptions for 13 yards and a touchdown. Also ran the ball very efficiently. Again, we rushed for 200 yards. As I mentioned earlier, Cameron Harris had 12 rushes for 43 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Don Chaney Jr. had 7 rushes for 35 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Overall, I'm very pleased with how the offense looked. I'm hoping that this will be a normal offense in the Rhett Lashley era, fingers crossed. All right, so now we can go ahead and look and see how we fared on the defensive side of things. Overall, I'm very pleased with how the Miami defense played. The effort level was high for the majority of the game. Gave up 330 total yards, 179 passing, 151 rushing, 23 first downs. There were a couple ejections today. Phillips was ejected, and there was also a targeting ejection. It's a rivalry game. Things are going to get intense out there. People are going to talk. I mean, I'm not too worried about that. It was really undisciplined against Louisville. A lot better here tonight. Less penalties tonight. The rush defense could see some improvement. There were a couple of just halfback draws on third and long plays where they'd pick up first downs, but I mean, I'm nitpicking at this point. I mean, this was a very, very solid performance by this defense. All up in the grill of Florida State. 13 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 3 interceptions, bunch of guys getting involved, whether it be Jade Silvera, Jalen Phillips, Quincy Roche, Bubba Bolden getting in there. They're just guys making plays all over the field, and you could see a class difference tonight between these two teams. It is now time for my MVPs of the game. I'm going to do one for the offense, the defense, and the special teams, and we will start out with the offense. I'm going to give the MVP to De'Aaron King. He was 29 of 40, 267 yards, 2 touchdowns, rushed for 65 yards as well. I mean, what can you say? It's awesome having a quarterback like him. You just love to watch him play. He's elusive in the pocket. He makes beautiful throws. He's the guy that makes it run for the offense, and he was awesome again tonight. Gets a rivalry win over Florida State. My defensive MVP is going to go to Bubba Bolden. He had 4 total tackles, 1 sack tonight, 2 tackles for loss, an interception, and a pass deflection that turned into another interception. Of course, Bubba Bolden was injured in the game against Florida State last year after he intercepted a pass and was celebrating. So it had to feel good for him to go up in this rivalry game again and just absolutely ball out. Special teams, it was kind of an uneventful game. We had the muffed punt by Mark Pope, but outside of that, not really much to note on the special teams side of things. I'm going to give the MVP to Jose Borregales because he was 1 for 1 on field goals and 6 for 6 on extra points. We only had 1 punt tonight. The MVP for special teams is going to go to Jose Borregales. It's great to get a win. It's even greater to get a win against a rival, and now that takes our winning streak against Florida State to 4 wins in a row. And this feels like a much different team than last year. All we heard before the 2019 season was the new Miami. This finally looks like the new Miami. The intensity level looks great. The team expects to go out there and get wins. Talking about taking care of business, there's a game that looms on October 10th that is going to be the ultimate test of where your program stands. We're going to be playing a team in the Clemson Tigers that have been one of the gold standards of college football, right up there with Alabama. They've been in the playoff, 5 years in a row? They've been absolutely incredible. The last 2 times that we played Clemson, we've lost by a combined score of 96-3. Hoping to get a little bit closer this year. It's a huge game. It's on the road at Clemson against Trevor Lawrence. Could be a Heisman finalist by the end of the season. They've got Travis Etienne. They've just got talent. Dabo Swinney's won a lot of football games. That's an all-time tough game. that we're going to see, and we're going to find out a lot about this football team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enjoy this game. It's a rivalry win, a rivalry blowout win. It feels good to be 3-0. I'm sure we'll hop into the top 10 after a couple of top 10 teams lost this week. LSU and Oklahoma both lost this week, so I'd like to see Miami move up in the polls some, and then we've got a bye week. Let's get rested up and go out there and take on Clemson and see where this program stands. All right, Miami Hurricanes fans, I appreciate you tuning into this one. I am going to go ahead and sign off for now, and I will see you all in the next video.